All right, fifth grade, it's Mrs. Steppe here. I have some optional enrichment activities for you guys this week. The target scale is multiplication and just getting really fluent with some of those harder multiplication facts. Remember, you don't have to memorize all your facts, but if you use strategies like doubling and benchmarks of 5 and 10, you can use the easy facts to help you with the hard facts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these math flip slides for doubling, and we'll work through an example together. And then once you've watched this video, you'll understand how these slides work and how you can practice them to work on your own doubling. All right, so let's just take a look at what we got here. I'm just going to work on this one. All right, so you guys know, if you may recognize some of these images if your teachers use math flips in class. Quite a few teachers use them like the paper version, and they have a side A and side B like a flashcard on it. And so side A helps you with side B. So like this image would help you with this image. But since we don't actually have physical cards, this slide would help you with this slide. That's how they work. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here, and I'm just going to kind of record my thinking off to the side. I can see I have two groups, and in those two groups, I have 9 in each group. I know it's 9 because if there was one more there, it would be 10. So I know that I have two groups of 9, and I know 2 times 9 is 18. Now, I just know that one because I've doubled 9 for a long time, but when I was first learning about 2 9s, I thought of 9 as 5 and 5 is 10, and 4 and 4 is 8, and then 10 and 8 together is 18. Another way you can think about it would be is if there was one more here and one more here, then it would be 2 10s or 20, and then you take 2 off of 20, and that's 18. So either way, 2 times 9 is a nice easy fact for me right now. So I'm going to use my 2 times 9 is 18 to help me with the next slide. All right, I don't know why it's not letting me erase, but I'm just going to go ahead to the next slide, guys. I'll figure that out later. I'm trying to get my Screencastify skills up to the standard. One of y'all can help me, just message me. Okay. All right, I'm looking now on this screen, and on this screen, I'm going to use a different color. So on my last screen, I had two groups of 9 was 18, and then can you kind of see, I'm just going to kind of box in the two groups of 9 that was on my last screen. So if I know that 2 times 9 is 18, how can I use 2 times 9 to help me with this image? Well, I know this image isn't showing me 2 groups of 9. This image is showing me 4 groups of 9. So I know if I have 4 groups of 9, that's kind of like having 2 groups of 9 twice, or we call that doubling. I'm doubling 2 times 9. So when I'm doubling 2 times 9, I'm thinking about 18 and 18 together. Now, when I like to do 18 and 18 together, I split up the 18 and 18 in my brain because I don't want to have to do regrouping in my head, because regrouping is the worst and who has time for that. So I kind of stretch out my 18s. Instead of thinking of it as 18 together, I break the 18s down into 10 and 8, because isn't that the same as 18? And I split this 18 down into 10 and 8, and I kind of move these numbers around in my brain to make them easier to put together in a better way. So really, when I'm doing 18 plus 18, what I'm thinking in my brain is 10 plus 10, that's 20, because I put those 10s together first, right here and right here. And then 8 plus 8, I know that's 16, but remember, I don't want to do any regrouping. So if I just split up 16 into 10 and 6 more, this problem becomes a lot easier for me. So 20 and 10 more is 30, plus 6 more is 36. So that means that double 18 would be 36. So that's how I can use